السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، مساء الخير جميعا. أهلا بكم في برنامج نيوكاسل مع وليد الموسم السابع. طبعا احنا دائما على جاكو، لكن في بعض الحلقات الخاصة خصوصا مع ضيوفنا اللي من انجلترا نكون عادة على اليوتيوب عشان البرامج وهذه الأمور 24 ساعة قبل نهاية سوق الانتقالات، والجميع يترقب والجميع ينظر هنا وهناك، وسنرى ماذا سيحدث أو لا يحدث. طبعا نستضيف اليوم شخصية جميلة، يعني تعرفت عليها بالصدفة، دكتور عمر أبو عيسى، طبعا من مدينة نيوكاسل، لكن المقيم الآن أقام فترة في قطر، والآن موجود في الإمارات تحديدا دبي. لا تزال لاسس. Welcome to Newcastle with وليد show season 7, less than 24 hours before the window closing, and finally we'll get relief, and also there's international break, so we'll get some vacation after this long summer, heavy summer. Everybody milking Isaac's story. You of course you're checking you check the tweet in the X platform. Dr. Abu Essa, welcome to the show.
بسم
It's
الله
an honor.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم الوليد، السلام عليكم جميعا، كيف حالكم؟ شلونك؟ الله يبارك فيك. Thank you so much for inviting me الوليد. It's a big honor for me to join you tonight inshallah.
Likewise, Dr. Abu Essa, but first we will start with English or with Arabic? Which you prefer?
Up to you. I think it will be international. There's a lot of people
Sure. Yes,
listening
of course.
from
Yes,
England. I
and
think they're interested, so I don't mind.
Yeah, we'll honor them. We'll start with them, of course, before my question. Mighty Mag, Dr. Evening Doctor and all.
And all.
Evening Andrew. Evening Andrew. Any question
evening,
for
Andrew.
Dr. Isa? It's opportunity and privilege to have him tonight. We will talk about issues, psychological issues, about for the player, for the fans, for the media in this saga and this transfer. It's all welcoming. No much questions so far. Evening, Boki. I'm not sure if this is good word or not, but I hope so.
Boki, yeah, Andrew Boki.
Yeah, and BDK. I know him, but a long time ago I went to host your BDK, but we didn't still have a chance. Don't forget to drum roll, hit the like button. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Boki. Thank you. Hit that like button.
How about in Jordi?
How about hit that like button, man? Why, man? Hit that like button.
Why, man? And of course, Badr Al-Utaybi, and to be honest, Badr actually he's the one who have the source about the breaking we have regarding His Excellency saying Isaac won't leave, and we will have inshallah a celebration show tomorrow.
Inshallah.
Dr. Abu Essa, at beginning, I would like personally, I know you work with the psychiatric sport.
Yes.
Is it in football? And what's the difference between psychiatric sport and physiological sport?
Jazakumullah khairan. Yes. So I am a psychiatrist. I'll just briefly mention for your viewers. As you can tell from my British accent, I spent most of my life in the UK. Although I was discussing with you, I was in Riyadh as a child. My father was working in King Faisal Hospital. So I did my medical school in Oxford, and then I started my training in orthopedic surgery, and then I shifted to psychiatry. So I have worked in Qatar for 8 years in addiction psychiatry, so treating people with addiction, yani ilaj mukhaddarat. And 1 year ago, I moved to Dubai. So I also am a sports psychiatrist. This is something new, actually, Al-Walid. It's a specialty within psychiatry that has recently become more prominent So I've completed the International Olympics Committee Diploma on Mental Health in Elite Sport. So as you know, elite sportsmen and women experience unique pressures, things around fame, things around media, things around performance pressure. So they do have a lot of psychological and mental health needs. So most clubs now are actually supporting mental well-being of athletes and coaching teams. Things like anxiety, depression, substance use addiction. For example, you know, Gaza unfortunately has an issue with addiction, gambling addictions, problems, family problems. You know, we take things for granted. Al-Walid, we can go to the Bukala, to the shop to get milk, and nobody bothers us. But these players, they, you know, just for them to go to drop their children to school, it's a really stressful experience. You know, you can imagine fans coming, want to take selfies, autographs, and it becomes quite suffocating for a lot of players. So we support them in those kind of things. And now social media, they're reading posts on X and Instagram, and it's affecting their brain because you get dopamine hits. So these kind of things we help players and teams.
Brilliant, Dr. Abu Essa. You mentioned some syndromes or many syndromes.
Yes.
Is there general plan? How you treat them? Is it general planning, or every syndrome have different approach from you?
MashaAllah, excellent question. Every person is different, even who non-sportsmen, but especially sportsmen. So for example, if you have anxiety and I have anxiety, I have common symptoms, but also unique symptoms. So the plan usually is doing a psychological or psychiatric assessment with each player and the management team, and identifying strengths, identifying weaknesses, and any problems that might arise, and supporting them. You know, all of us have problems with our families, or, you know, maybe we have a problem with addiction. So for each player, and we identify what is the issue. And a lot of it is just check-ins. For example, I think you're a physiotherapist, right? So checking in with the players, with the staff, are you okay? Is anything bothering you? And then we have screening tools to screen for any common mental disorders or addiction problems.
Brilliant, Doctor. Boki, have a question here. Doctor, where will be Isaac?
Where will Isaac be?
We discussed a few minutes before the show with Dr. Abu Essa. We'd like to come to Isaac later.
Yeah,
later.
Let's park that,
because it's once we talk about Isaac, we will never finish. Doctor, what is the most syndrome the footballer player have?
So not everybody, obviously most players will not have any syndromes, but the commonest are things like anxiety. So, you know, we think that going in front of stadiums with 55, 60,000 people is easy for players. Actually, it causes a lot of anxiety for many players. They might have performance anxiety, or, you know, so it's supporting those players psychologically through talking therapies. Sometimes they need medication. Very common, Al-Walid, is depression now. For example, Gary Speed, you know, we don't know the full story, but there is some information that he experienced some trauma. Maybe he had post-traumatic stress disorder.
The depression usually, when exactly? At beginning of the playing, or at the end of his career, when feel he's no more wanted by the media, or when exactly this usually happen, or it's regarding maybe drinking or something like that?
It can happen, Al-Walid, at any point in the career. So you made a very good point. So after retirement, there's a lot of research now that a lot of professional players, not necessarily just football, even basketball athletes, because they have this all their life from a young age, they have a purpose and they have a goal. You know, once they retire, a lot of them do experience depression because they don't have that purpose or drive anymore. But also during the career, they can experience depression, just like me and you. We don't know what causes the depression. It's a brain disease. There's imbalance of hormones, serotonin. So players can experience depression at any point. I mean, like somebody asked about Isak, we'll come on to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going through like a depressive kind of experience right now because of everything that's going on around him.
How you differentiate between the normal pressure and stress before game and between a real syndrome of feeling pressure which need therapy or treatment?
Excellent question. So the main difference is if it impacts your functioning. So just like with non-sports men, if I come to you and say, look, I'm feeling a bit depressed or I'm feeling anxious, is it affecting my sleep? Is it affecting my appetite? Is it affecting my relationships with my family? Is it affecting my relationships with my coach, with my manager, with my teammates? Do I struggle to be motivated? Do I struggle with training? So when it starts affecting your quality of life, you cannot function, then it becomes a disorder that needs treatment. Okay. But normal pressures, it will not affect the individual across all of his areas of life.
It comes to my attention. For example, Harry Maguire, he faced huge episodes of judgment and jokes every day, every minute. But now he getting back better. So I'm not talking about Maguire, but just an example. How the player can protect himself from this judgment and the cyber attack in the social media,
cyberbullying, and So exactly, very good question. So it starts from a young age, Al-Walid. So we start with youth sports. So subhanallah, now kids as young as 6 and 7, academies, let's talk about football, Premier League academies are fighting to get their signature. I recently listened to a podcast where somebody was mentioning that say Manchester City or Manchester United or Chelsea will come to the parents and say, please get your 7-year-olds to sign for our academy and we will pay your salary indefinitely. There's a lot of so can you imagine a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, the pressure that is put on them when they join an academy? So as sports psychiatrists, we start from a young age. We start with the academies. We educate them about the importance of being grounded, of not becoming because they're in a bubble. As everything is done for them. So from a young age, if you get this sense of entitlement, it can lead to a lot of problems when you become a professional at the highest level. So our job is to start from a young age to teach them about the pressures, to teach them about how to deal with judgment, with criticism from the media. And now, like you mentioned, social media and cyberbullying. SubhanAllah, a lot of players, people don't realize when you tweet something to a player or Instagram, a message, it really affects a lot of players. And there's different personality types. There's a lot of research that shows some people are more resilient, other people are more sensitive, right? For those of you who have children, every child has a different personality and different temperament. So we cannot predict, but our role is to check in with, educate. A lot of it's around education. So now we're doing much more work with young players, young coaches, and teaching them about mental health, mental well-being, and the importance of screening, because early intervention is the best factor to improve outcomes. For example, if you notice a player, he starts isolating himself, he's not interacting with people, his sleep is disturbed, get in there early to do an assessment, and if there's a disorder that needs treating, we treat them early, which improves the outcomes.
Have you read or see a player, for example, obsessed about keeping update himself what's been written about him in the social media? It's of course normal to check from while to while, but I believe there is some player taking much time just to checking everything regarding.
So it's called digital addiction. Okay, this is a new thing. It's a type of behavioral addiction. So there's a lot more research now, both in sports and in normal people who are not in elite sports. So digital addiction, screen time. So subhanallah, what now companies are doing is because when we experience something pleasurable, we have a release of dopamine. Okay, dopamine is a pleasure hormone. So, like, for example, TikTok videos, they're very short videos. They're giving you dopamine hits. Okay. So people can spend 10, 12 hours just sitting on TikTok or watching shorts. So you're getting these dopamine surges. and this can affect players as well. But for players, the additional stress is reading about them. So for example, if I'm X player and I did perform badly in a match, and I'm on social media, I might start spending hours and hours reading all the comments and feedback from fans, watching YouTube channels. And yes, there are players that become addicted, and one of the side effects of this digital addiction is online gambling. So you may have heard, for example, Michael Owen, he spent millions on gambling online, because you can, it's very easy to gamble money online. So digital addiction can lead to gambling addiction virtually. So this is a significant issue that especially young players are now facing.
Did you have maybe, of course, we're not going to break confident, but
Yes.
Is there some client or players coming to you or call you if he's nervous or he have a big game, call you before a game?
Yes.
Does that happen before?
It does happen. Yes, it does happen.
What usually you do with them?
So a lot of players, they will have private therapists. So clubs do have access to mental health care or mental well-being. Usually a sports psychologist will do some work with them, kind of visualization, mentalization activities or mindfulness. So a lot of it is just kind of going through with the player, what is the specific concern they have and the nervousness. Yani, it's part of, we explain it in terms of physiology. So when you're nervous, your body is flight or fight, we call it. So it's getting ready to perform, and it actually is helpful. So it's called cognitive reframing. We actually get them through cognitive behavioral therapy to reframe their thinking, that actually this nervousness, anxiety is normal, and it will help them perform.
If you have a player, of course, you give him some medication.
Mm-hmm.
They have some medication if they have syndrome. Does that have نسيت من الشطات بالإنجليزي من الشطات the drugs,
side effects?
No. You know this prohibited substance.
Yes. Doping.
Yeah, the doping. Yes.
Yeah.
So, for example, the player wants secrecy, but if he have the urine test for the doping,
yes.
Yeah, it will appear.
Yes.
Maybe this is harm the player.
Yeah, banned substance. Yeah. So we have the world.
Sorry, not just banned. Even if not banned, it's appear. So this will expose that he's under medication for psychology.
Yeah.
How they protect this privacy?
So the privacy, a very good question. Mashallah, you've done your research. So we have the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, and also UEFA has their own organization. So usually as doctors who are working in sports, we get like a list of prohibited substances, including medications. So there have been high-profile cases where people have been given medication and their urine test has shown a prohibited substance. So it's not that they're using illicit drugs, it's just that a doctor was negligent and maybe gave medication without the knowledge of the player that this is banned. Although the doctor has a duty of care, should be fully aware of what substances, and it keeps getting updated. For example, ADHD. So for ADHD, we use stimulant medication. Okay, so we have to check the regulations whether it permits. So sometimes every sport is different, Al-Walid. For some sports, they will allow you to have medication outside of competition. For example, if you're off season, like now over the summer, if you have ADHD or something, you'll be permitted to take stimulants, right? But once the competition starts, the regulations change. So as the doctors, as the medical team, we always are in contact with the regulatory bodies to make sure that the medication we prescribe is not appearing in the urine. Now, in terms of confidentiality, the testing and the regulators, they don't actually know. For example, they will not be able to tell that this is the disorder that you have if something appears in the urine, because some people might take it illicitly as well. Yes.
How they doesn't know? It's
for example, because the test will just test for a substance.
I see.
for the
Brilliant.
metabolite, right?
Brilliant.
So you cannot tell because there's 100 causes for a metabolite to be in your urine. Maybe you drank Red Bull or something.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. This is the priceless information. Much appreciated. Sorry, fans. We'll have some question from the fans here, from the watcher, from the viewers.
Sure.
Okay. We come to Isaac now. Just finish this one. طبعا
Sure.
برافو محمد، يعني متابعينا زمان. هلو برافو. اوكي. السلام عليكم. In the big champion. اوكي. في البطولات الكبيرة ركلات الترجيح على الأغلب تحدد مصير الفريق. هل في تقنيات أو تدريبات نفسية تساعد اللاعبين يسيطرون على الخوف والتوتر في هذه اللحظات؟ دكتور, I'm asking about penalties or penalties kick.
Yes.
For is there especially in the final and knockout stages, is there some interfere from your side?
Yes. So usually clubs have, like I mentioned, usually sports psychologists. So sports psychiatrists are different. Sports psychologists are more around visualization, mentalization. So they may, obviously they will practice with the team, with the managers, scenarios, but we can get them to sit in an office and visualize, close their eyes, visualize being in the World Cup final, and you're coming to do a penalty kick, and you can visualize, okay, what are the pressures that are going to be on you, what are the consequences of missing it. So you can talk through like scenarios where you get the player to visualize the situation. Obviously it's not 100% replication, but it does help some players to actually, for example, if I'm somebody who has a lot of anxiety when I take a penalty as a player, and I do some work with the psychiatrist and psychologist, it will help me when it comes to the real situation, because I can refer back to maybe some sessions I did and how I was able to do breathing exercises, relaxation exercises, kind of, blocking out all the fans. So, but some players don't need this. Some players just are not interested. Other players, yes, they benefit from it.
How from we notice now the referees, they trying to protect the player from the goalkeeper mind games.
Yes.
Sometimes he touch him, he push him, he play with the ball. But usually, before these rules becoming more sharp and more strict, simple movement from goalkeeper or some teasing, easily the player get out of the game.
Yes.
Or the play.
Yes.
Why is that happening?
So it's mind games, like you said. They're trying to distract the player. So I don't know if you saw recently when Bruno Fernandes, he missed the penalty.
Yes, exactly. Because he got just
knocked by
small,
the referee.
Yeah.
So see, the thing is, a lot of it is maybe it's about probabilities, right? So if you miss the penalty, we tend to make excuses psychologically. Oh, this was the reason that I missed the penalty, or that was the reason. But it's part of the game. So we teach players that, look, missing penalties is part of the game. Even the great Alan Shearer missed penalties. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, the best players will miss penalties. So for players, it's avoiding distraction. And this is why, like, you see some mind games. The goalkeeper will come and move the ball, or somebody will come and like start speaking when somebody's taking a penalty. They're trying to remove them from that focus, that zone that the players are penalty takers are taking. And you'll see like the goalkeeper kind of moving, trying to distract the player before he takes a penalty. So it's all part of mind games. So we can work with players and we can replicate these kind of scenarios, situations, and get them to address how they will be able to manage these. But to be honest, a lot of the players, they develop this experience and resilience, and mashallah, they are successful in we're talking about the highest level. It's not easy to reach the highest level, so they have a lot of resilience. They're able to deal with a lot of issues.
A player, important player, he will play he's nervous, not in the mood. How you? Is there any trick you can tell us? What you will say to him to just get in the right way?
So it depends, because each player might be different. Each day might be different. You know.
In general.
In general.
It's
So you're saying, Fadal, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, in general, what you will do, like a quick. You need something quick to do. What usually
for a player who's nervous, he doesn't want to play?
No, he's nervous. He's before final game.
Yeah.
Important game.
Yeah. We do most of them, these kind of situations, we do breathing exercises. So we tell them, we teach them mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a meditation technique, which is very popular now. So you will get the player to maybe take 2 minutes, close their eyes, and then you will maybe talk through a scenario like, now imagine yourself in a very nice, relaxing place. Maybe it's the beach, and you hear the waves slowly crashing against the sand, and there's a nice breeze that is hitting your face, and you hear the birds above you, and you have a nice picnic.
But Doctor, is that helping before getting into the crowd, big crowd?
Yes, it does help. Yes, it does help. Yeah, and a lot of it's breathing exercises. So slow down your breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So just slowing down the nervous system, slowing down your heart rate, slowing down. And we do also use medications. We use beta blockers, things like propranolol, for people who have, severe symptoms like sweating, tremor, anxiety, panic attacks. So we do use beta blockers as well to help. For example, students, when they go for exams, they might use a beta blocker to help just reduce their anxiety.
Mood swings.
Yeah.
This is, I believe, a lot. I think everybody have it.
Yes.
In different amount.
Yes.
What you can tell us about it, why, and how it's be treated?
So
is it psychological or it's need medicine?
So
he's
both.
Like in 10 minutes he's happy. After 1 hour he's not happy. That.
So it can be a disorder. So things like bipolar disorder, where you will have very highs and lows. Very somebody's always might be very happy, excited, not sleeping, spending a lot of money, and then at other times having very low periods, depressed and not coming out of their room or being isolated. So we have to do an assessment and identify these mood swings. Are they natural mood swings, or is it something else like a mood disorder, or like post-traumatic stress disorder, or even ADHD? People with ADHD, they can be impulsive and have problems regulating their emotions. So they might become very angry very easily or irritable very easily. So it really depends. We have to do a detailed evaluation with the patient, with the players, to identify, because mood swings are a normal part of life. Some days you have good days, others you have bad days. But if it starts affecting again your functioning, then it becomes a problem and it needs to be addressed. And so we can use talking therapies like CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and we can use medication.
Brilliant, Doctor. Thank you so much. Irish saying Dili Ali too. I think he referring to psychological maybe issue with the players. It come to my mind Grealish, Jackie Grealish, great player, skillful. He doing fine with the England national team. Did great with Aston Villa, I believe, and now with Everton, he's getting back to his. He's shining in mid-club, I can say, but with Man City, he's disappeared. Is it the pressure, or is it high demand, or?
I think there's many factors, Al-Walid. It's not just one factor. So what happens, for example, he was very successful at Aston Villa. He was the main man, right? He was a big fish in a small pond. He had all the attention and all the fame. But obviously, when you go to Manchester City, you are one of many big sharks, okay? So either you sink or you swim, right? So it comes down to things like your personality. Can you handle not being the best, and can you handle, because if you are the best at a smaller club, let's say Villa, with all respect compared to Manchester City, you can get away with not performing or not working as hard because you're still the best player, right? Okay. But if you're in Manchester City, yani everybody, you've got Rodri, you've got Haaland, you've got Aguero, you've got like the most elite players with the most elite manager, and the margin of error, the margin of reduction in your performance will be highlighted, right? Yani if even 0.5%, if your performance goes down, it's picked up by the elite players and elite managers. So there's more pressure, right? And sometimes the environment doesn't suit players. So you will see players move from one club where they are unsuccessful, and they move to another club, and maybe the personality suits the manager better. They're able to get the best out of that player. So there are many factors why, for example, Grealish, he had a lot of competition, and when he was given chances, he didn't perform to the expectation of Pep Guardiola, and so he was dropped. So whereas in Aston Villa, now Everton, he's almost guaranteed to be playing, even if his performance drops. So you have a different mindset.
Irish starts with youth sports and parents. When I coach, the parents needed therapy more than the kids. We had to get parents to sign a contract about their behavior.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very important point by Irish. Thank you, Irish. Working with parents, especially in youth sports, a lot of parents, they live their dream through their kids, right? So I've been, my sons played football when they were younger. So I've been on the sidelines where parents are, swearing and, very abusive and almost fighting with each other. And the kids are like 8, 9 years old, and, they just want to enjoy the game. But the parents I don't know why. Maybe they failed in their dream to become, a footballer or whichever sports. And so they push their kids to the point where a lot of kids will drop out of the sport because they don't enjoy it, right? At a young age, you're supposed to enjoy the sport and develop. So parents, yes, we work with parents, like, don't put too much pressure on your children. Let them enjoy at the young age. And, not everybody develops the same. I've personally seen kids at the age of 7, they've been the best, but then their development doesn't progress. Maybe at the age of 14, they leave the sport. Other kids, they're not the best at 7, 8, 9, but they work really hard, and then they have this steep rise in their skill development. So we teach parents, like, don't put too much pressure on your kids. A lot of it is about enjoyment. And then, for example, I don't know if you saw Al-Walid, Eze's story. Eze was released by Arsenal at the age of 13, and he was crying for 1 week. And then he was rejected by multiple clubs. So we have kids who will just drop out of the sport because maybe the parents start criticizing them, and but he kept working hard. And a lot of the successful sportsmen in many sports, cricket, basketball, NFL, you see the people who become successful are those who can handle failure the best.
Regarding Izzy, I was surprised. Usually, if a club rejects you, you will not get back again if you succeed later. You will go to the rival and come and have some comeback. But it's the heart it went what they want. The heart.
Yeah, subhanallah, it's an amazing story, very inspirational story for him to go back to his childhood club.
Have the second half of the show. We go to the Isaac. All right.
I think everybody's here to talk about Isaac.
Yeah. It was find it interested and to get some knowledge from Dr. Isa. It was really great stuff. السلام عليكم. ايش تتوقع نفسية ايزك الآن؟ Okay, let's indulge with the mood and especially like Isaac or in this transfer window. What do you expect, Isaac, at the moment? Less than 24 hours. And also we saw today statement in Instagram. If you have time to read it, and it was very long one. So this pressure, how you and what usually the player do affect him?
Yeah, I mean,
because why I'm asking this, because we notice Larson from Wolverhampton, any player going through a transfer or maybe will be transferred, the coach make him rest to not play.
yeah,
We didn't know, is it because avoiding from injury or
yeah.
psychological, he's not in the mood? But
Yes.
other hand, we see Gihi, they using every minute he play, they make him play, even if he's maybe joining Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, very good question. So I think obviously this saga has been going on for months now, and it came as quite a shock to the public. You know, the stories broke. What was it? Was it back in July about Alexander Isak wanting to leave? And I mean, the mood. I was actually in Newcastle last week. I went to the UK for 2 weeks, and the mood is one of, initially it was one of shock, and then, so you know, we have stages of grief. We have denial, then we have anger, then we have kind of bargaining, acceptance. So I think people have gone through different stages of grief, both, even I think Eddie Howe, the club, and the fans. My personal view is, I think the Liverpool has behaved very unprofessionally and unethically. You know, for example, if I want, like, we approached Brentford that we want to sign Visa. We approached Wolves that we want to sign Strand Larsen. So there is an ethical and a professional way to do business, right? So to me, as an outsider, it seems Liverpool went through the back door, using the agent, talking to Isak, promising him things, and then encouraging him to become disruptive. And which is, I think, quite, for Eddie Howe, he seems very upset about it, because he invested a lot of time and effort. He made him the player he is. When we signed him, I think he had 6 goals, right, in the Spanish league. So I think he's been very badly advised by his agent. And you know, this is another thing. As sports psychiatrists, we advise players to make sure that the people around you, your family, your agent, is doing things for your well-being. Now, there's conflict of interest. For his agent, he wants to make money, right? So a world or British record transfer, he's going to get like 5 or 10% of the transfer fee. So if I'm his agent and I'm unethical, I just want the money. I don't care about the player. So I will encourage him to do things, go on strike. And to be honest, like, I was listening to a lot of people who've interacted with him professionally, and they're surprised, because he's actually not, this is not his personality. He's not a troublemaker. He's actually quite introverted, quiet. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm very surprised that he's behaved like this very badly. My view is, I think His Excellency Yasser Ramayan and PIF have done a brilliant job at firefighting this crisis, because it's not easy. There's a lot of agendas from journalists who allegedly receive money to promote the cartel, Big Six, Liverpool, Man United, you know. And I think a lot of journalists have been putting false information. And the statement, I thought, was a brilliant statement, very quick in response to Isak's statement, which I think he didn't write it, definitely. I think his agent wrote that statement. And I think the stance, I've been very proud, because I think now we shouldn't sell him. And I've been very strong, because we will reward the bad behavior. He will get what he wants. Liverpool will get what they want, and we will suffer. And we've already suffered. So we need to take authority back from that situation.
Brilliant, Dr. Aisa.
What about yourself, Al-Walid? You're there in Riyadh. You're in the yani, what do you call it? The center of the storm.
Yeah, it is, but it's hard to get information, really.
Of
but
course.
As we speak in earlier with the show, that in 27, Mr. His Excellency Yasser Mayan was in a wedding,
Yeah.
and some relative, the source, asked him about Isak. He was afraid that he will go to Liverpool, and according to him, he said, His Excellency, he won't leave Newcastle. Isak won't leave Newcastle. So that's what how we bring the story.
Yeah.
but I stood up and I said with طبعا of course, as I said, I mentioned Badr al-Utaybi earlier.
Yes.
And we notice now, tonight we notice the journalists, the great escape. They're putting the way out.
Yeah.
Because they feel, and to be honest, a lot of my close friends, I have close friends, not close, but friends.
Yes.
I made with journalists around the UK.
Yes.
And from the media, they hesitate my statement, but it's up to them. But I believe now, when I check my messages before the show, they are starting to feel that I was right. Because they did it's hard situation, really, because everything can be changed, and this is not my way out. I'm not putting way out. Let's say example, if Isaac leave, let's say this theoretically, if he leave, it's just of course they will reach agreement or something, or fix it somehow, because now you have time to change your mind. And how many times you have usually someone change his mind? This is not something big. But I believe I still stand with the statement that he will stay, and we have until less than 24 hours to make sure. Same, inshallah, same time of this tomorrow. We're laughing.
Yeah, sure. I think
because why? It's not about. I believe it's need to. We need to show the world that we are a big club. We are not a feeder, as fans saying. We are not a feeder anymore. Give you our best players. Look to Tottenham. Before Tottenham, long time didn't make a trophy, except of course the last year, the Europe League. But even before that, they sell Harry Kane out of UK because they don't want the teams to to help the rivals. So this is what we should do. Either he move out or he staying.
I absolutely agree. I think this is a defining moment for us as a club, as a project, since the new ownership, since His Excellency took over, because we are seeing that they're trying to bully Newcastle United, right? They're trying to bully. I'm talking about the media and Liverpool especially. So we have to stand strong, and I think we will gain more respect from the international world, football world, if we stay strong, that we cannot be bullied. He's our asset. There's a value on that asset. And if you want, like, for example, I gave this example. If I go into a showroom of Lamborghinis and the price is 1 million Riyal or 10 million Riyal, whatever, and I tell them, no, I will pay you 500,000. They will say, get out of here. You know what? Yani, there's a value for this asset. You have to pay it if you want it, right?
Of course.
So, yeah. And I think also there's precedent. You know, you mentioned Harry Kane. Also Luka Modric, many years ago. Daniel Levy, he refused for him to leave. And he actually performed the best in his Tottenham career during that season where he was prevented from leaving. Similarly, Wayne Rooney submitted a transfer request. Alexander Isak hasn't even submitted a transfer request.
He wants to save 10 million. He doesn't want to lose the royal bonus.
Yeah, but the point is that Rooney, he actually submitted a request and he wanted to go to Manchester City and he received death threats. But Alex Ferguson said, no way, you're not going. Similarly, this year, Marinakis at Nottingham Forest with Morgan Gibbs-White. Yani, he was on the way to Tottenham and Marinakis said, come here, let me tell you what's going to happen. And he signed a new contract. So I agree with you. This, Yani, I think His Excellency has the same mindset that we cannot be bullied. He's our strongest asset. And we should sell him next year to a different club.
And especially they didn't do it in the right way.
Yes, exactly.
Take a permission with the price, but you want to insist to have the player with less of our requested amount with the pressure.
Yeah,
this is
and also and I think also Al-Walid, also especially in the Muslim world, in the Arab world, there's a way to do respectful business. I mean, it's everywhere, but
course.
specifically,
Yes.
this is what I've been trying to tell people, that maybe like in a majlis we're sitting and we do a business deal, right? Because we have this connection and respect, self-respect. But if somebody comes and disrespects you the way they're doing business, you will never sell to them, even if they give you more money. So there's a way, and I feel, like you said, I feel that it was very insulting. Even the bid, 110 million, yani, that's why the reports are they slammed the phone. That what is this? You're wasting our time, and being very disrespectful. And now even Ornstein today, he said that Liverpool will not bid more than 110 million. That's it.
Devin Ornstein, he's first one who do the way out. First one.
Backtrack.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
I want to ask you about
I also think okay, question.
Isak.
Yeah,
sorry, it's it came to my head, but I think I forget it, but it will come.
No
yeah, the journalist. I watch a lot of media, and I talk with journalists and also fans. They said something happened in Austria that changed everything. I expect the Liverpool reach him at that time. That's it. What you expect? What happened? Because he was happy before Singapore trip.
Yeah. And even he was in when we were playing Celtic, the friendly, he was actually there, and then he was sent home. So something happened. You're right. Something happened.
What expect happened?
I hear that he changed his agent recently. So I expect maybe, because there's some contradictory information. I don't know if you know, but even Eddie Howe in a recent press conference, he said, look, I did have a conversation with Alex, but that will remain confidential at the end of last season. So there's a lot of rumors whether he was promised a new contract, more money. I don't know. And Paul Mitchell said no. So there's a lot of rumors that he was already upset. But then, yani, when we won the cup, he was celebrating, and he gave interviews that I'm happy, I want to stay at Newcastle. He went to Austria, team building, whitewater rafting. I think what happened probably is the agent told him, maybe had interactions with Liverpool and told him, look, Liverpool want you, and you need to,
to do drama.
Drama. Yeah, I think so, because his personality is not like this. Yeah,
totally makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. You probably know more than me about what might have happened.
No, actually. ايزك لن يبقى، خذوها مني، لن يستطيع اللعب مع الفريق حتى لو لم يذهب لليفر، سيتم إعارته إلى الدوري التركي. Okay, this is a comment, but it make me think of a question. Let's say Isak stay in Newcastle, as we said.
Yeah.
How he will back after this drama? How he'll be, with his teammates, with his coach, with his fans.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's gonna be hard somehow, and of course he's doing all this drama to force the club to sell him. But if it didn't happen, what usually how they will? Do you think he will apologize? He agreed to do Sweden media in the international duties.
Yeah.
And I believe it will be after the transfer window. So this is the second question. He's agreeing to do media. So usually, if you think about it, he agreed to doing a media. That means he's happy. If it's not happy, he will not do media. So it's confusing.
Yeah, I think it will be a challenge to reintegrate. The English word is reintegrate. There needs to be a plan for reintegration. These people are professional athletes at the highest level, and they want to achieve success. And to be honest, I can't blame Alex for wanting to go to Liverpool. Because right now Liverpool are ahead of where we are as a project. You know, they are more likely to win the Premier League and Champions League. So, but it's the way he's gone about it. Anyway, now reintegration, it will take time. I think we're fortunate, alhamdulillah, that there's a international break. So they give some time for him to leave the UK, go to his home, land of Sweden, interact with his teammates, his family, and it gives Newcastle some breathing space to address the situation. And I think when he comes back, it will be one-to-one meetings with Eddie Howe and Alex, and them discussing rebuilding the trust, rebuilding relationships. It's like a family, right? Sometimes we have a fallout with brothers or siblings, and it can become very extreme. And maybe for years people don't talk to each other, but then there comes a softening, a reconciliation process. So I think it will take time. My main concern, I'm not concerned about the players. These players are elite players and they want to achieve success, and they know with Alex we will achieve success more than if without him. And I think some players are already, there's reports they've been communicating with him and they are on good terms with him. I think the issue will be the fans. The fans are really hurt, and you've seen they were chanting a lot of negative stuff towards Alex. But fans are fickle. When he starts scoring, after some time they will, start,
I know. But I'm imagine after scoring, he celebrates, not celebrates.
Yeah. I think we have short memories. I think it will be difficult. The first probably 2 to 3 months will be difficult for him. But I think he's lucky. Eddie Howe, subhanallah. I think Eddie Howe has been very professional. I think you will agree with me. The way he's handled this situation, his public statements, very compassionate. I love Alex. I would like him to come back. He's part of the family. He could have gone the other way and completely, destroyed him. And then the relationship was gone.
Yeah, the club was so generous with Isak.
Generous, yes.
And maybe it's just a statement from the club, but it was understood.
Yeah.
Very making sense, because the club have to defend himself itself.
Exactly,
because if the club didn't say that, everybody said, okay, Isak is right.
Yeah.
So the club
also,
must have.
Exactly. And also the club has been, His Excellency Eddie Howe, everybody has been very compassionate. They haven't fined him. They from the time from Celtic,
and they visited him at home.
Yes, exactly. They are trying their best to reintegrate him, and they even said to him that we've tried to sign players, we've not been successful in signing players, so your replacement. So I think the messages he's receiving is one of reconciliation and reintegration, and I don't think it will be hard, to be honest. I don't think it will be hard. Yeah.
Weltmite, the German striker.
Yeah.
I think this is first time Newcastle gets player, mashallah, this quickly, secretly.
Amazing.
Yeah, why this is not happening always? How?
Yeah.
Do you think Tony Kroos have something to do with it?
I think so. Yeah. I saw Tony Kroos. Actually, subhanAllah, 24 hours before, there was a lot of media attention that Tony Kroos was part of now Newcastle.
He seemed like an agent or something. Midman or.
And subhanAllah, I think we say silver lining. Every crisis has a silver lining. So this whole issue, the saga, there was a lot of international focus on our match with Liverpool, and the way we came back with 10 men against adversity and the atmosphere. Internationally, people were like amazed that this is unbelievable. And I think even Nick Waltemada, he mentioned that he was watching and he couldn't believe the atmosphere. So this is a unique thing of St. James's Park. And in a way, Liverpool have put a spotlight on our club, which we will benefit from in the longer term.
This is a question from Mohammed Bravo. I will come to the question, but when I read it, it reminds me of a discussion with my friend Dave Havry from Newcastle. He's so sad because he really angry from Isaac, and he want him to leave. He told me that. And I said to him, he's a friend of mine, so I speak freely. I said, don't get mad at me, Dave, but you are the reason I'm talking about the fans.
Yes.
Especially the fans who make the player over the moon.
Yeah.
They make him very big for his shoes, very big.
So.
A lot of chants, a lot of world media, so much. For me, I think if your player gets the best champion or give you a good something like big title, like Champions League or something historical, acceptable. But just for scoring some goals against weak teams, shouldn't be this big much. So, Bravo asking here, do you think Isaac has some grandiose personality disorder like narcissistic? Narcissistic.
Yeah. So personality disorder is interesting. We have personality traits. So some people might be narcissistic, which means feeling self-important. Some people might be obsessive. I don't think he has a personality disorder, but all elite athletes at this level, they will have personality traits that make them the people they are, right? If you imagine putting yourself in the shoes of, say, Messi or Cristiano, and the whole world knows your name, follows you, admires you. So this can reinforce a sense of narcissism, but I don't think it's necessarily a personality disorder. I think Isaac, this is football, like you said, Al-Walid. I think we put players on a pedestal. We make them idols. At the end of the day, they're employed by the club. There will come a point where they will move on. Same with managers, right? But the club continues to exist. We had Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer eventually retired, and then you had the next striker. Cristiano Ronaldo, he left Manchester United and Real Madrid. He moved around. Messi as well. So I think as fans, we should become less emotional and more transactional. Yes, we love players, but don't give them more importance than they actually, because at the end of the day, they're an employee of the club.
It's funny that the word Isaac in Arabic means he will laugh, or one who laughs. He isn't very funny. No, it doesn't. Isaac Ishaq.
Ishaq. It's a name. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know being funny part of it.
No.
Assume the window closes and Isaac stays. What do you think he will do? Play or stay away? Doctor, we spoke with that.
Yeah.
بديت أشك إن Isaac جاب الوكيل من سوق البطحة. He's saying I suspect Isaac bring his agent from البطحة. It's like
Batha. Yeah, I know
the
Batha.
China, you know Batha?
Yeah, Batha. Yeah.
Like the China market or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know Batha. It's like
Jabal Ali, I think in Dubai maybe or something.
Jabal Ali, yes. صح.
Liverpool when purchase a Ferrari make you shipping.
Make you pay for shipping, yeah.
Thank you, Rigatoni. Liverpool when purchase, okay. Well, you can pick up, okay. We won't let it because extra fun. All right. Rigatoni. It sound Italian. Sound Tony. Right track by the car. Okay. Why are you speaking about Ferrari now? Okay. Do you think we need more reinforcement as it stands to continue the season, like a new midfielder or forward?
I think we need a new midfielder. I don't think we need a forward, because I think Alex and Nick is sufficient for the strike force. I think I would go for Paqueta. I really like Paqueta. He's good friends with Bruno, and he's very creative. He will fit in. He's a different type of player.
Yeah, but I think Newcastle I think Eddie Howe went to avoid this.
I think so. Yeah.
Ganging or bringing closer players,
Right.
because this kind of deep friendship, it will maybe affect the team.
Yeah.
And hit Eddie Howe from the back.
What do you think, Al-Walid? Do you think we need more reinforcements?
Of course, always. Look, Alhamdulillah, with football, I am so into the football since I was very, very young. Since maybe 4 years, I am into football or more.
Yeah.
My opinion, it's everybody have opinion. Usually, I start not talking much about my opinion because it's make people angry.
Okay.
I said before, Osola not good, Ilanga not good, Miley not good. I say that, but I get some, why, he's... And look now, they are saying the same.
Yeah.
But I believe they bring Ilanga just because Isak, to help him settle more.
Yeah.
Swedish teammates. But now we pay maybe few million extra for, as they say, tax, Newcastle tax or something. But in general, the team play very good. But the high pressure way of style of the play make the player injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
The high press. So of course, you need more players. If you continue, if you continue play this way.
Yeah.
See, every game we have injuries. This is very, very dangerous. So of course, the more player, But
I think maybe we'll get one more player before the window closes.
the second striker is the thing now, because there is a steps, and if we talk about Newcastle statement, it was clear. They said, I remember they have two. They must have some signings, and we don't think, and they said that we don't think it will happen.
Yes.
So,
and also they have to meet the valuation. If the Liverpool are not going to put more than 110 million, خلاص يعني.
I want to say respect to If and Green Saudi best fans hospitality. Thank you, Muhammad. Ferrari again. What
Al-Walid, I have a question for you.
Go.
Mashallah, the Saudi Pro League is doing really well. Yes. The profile. I was in Qatar during the World Cup and I saw the development of the football, and mashallah, the World Cup was amazing. I was in the final, actually. I watched the final.
Amazing.
Me and my two sons, Osama and Isa. Amazing. So the project is very ambitious, and mashallah, Saudi will be hosting the 2034 World Cup. A lot of players are signing for clubs. Obviously, Cristiano was the key, the marquee signing. Question that I get asked by people in England: why PIF are signing elite players for Saudi clubs, but Newcastle, they don't see the same kind of movement? What are your thoughts?
Of course, it's the PSR.
Yes, exactly.
This is number one, and also choices of Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe, his style doesn't want big names.
Okay.
He wants big efforts.
Okay.
Of course, if Eddie Howe, he said, I want this player, they will bring him the player.
Yeah.
But again, the salary.
Yeah.
The salary, the wages.
Yeah.
Limit in Newcastle, but here no.
Yes.
Some players have a huge salary here.
Yes.
And also, it's this is opinion. If you notice now, Premier League have the most expensive or the most paid for transfers in history of Premier League, now reaching 2.5 billion.
Yeah.
This is why this is happening, because they felt some competition from the Saudi League, I believe.
Yeah.
And Martin Ziegler said 10%. It's lower 10% from the viewers for watcher for Premier League last season. Dropped
Wow.
10%.
Yeah.
Some they said Manchester fans, but it's true. So BIF want to invest in the sport. This is the opinion as again.
Yes. Yeah.
Newcastle limit, because the Premier League there is limitation in expense.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I
right.
believe they decide to do this Saudi league with its stars.
Okay.
Because and also since you asked me this, the fans, I always repeat this. Some fans blame if for example, why they buy Nunes from Liverpool, why we support them financially. I said every club looking for themselves. For itself.
Yeah. And also PIF is such a big company. I think $1 trillion they have so many projects. Yani, one project cannot necessarily be linked to another project, right? So each club has its own structure, has its own objectives, even though it comes under PIF. So do you think that if PSR was not there, do you think we would be able to sign like a lot of players with the high wages?
Of course.
And do you think His Excellency and PIF are frustrated that PSR is restricting our ability to progress?
Yes, because the idea of purchasing the 4 teams in Saudi by PIF happens after Newcastle. Why?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So do you think they're waiting?
They want to spend, but Newcastle limitation, because they want from the revenue, but revenue is limited.
And do you think that the Manchester City legal battle, if they win that, and then the PSR is revised, do you think that will open the floodgates to then spending a lot of money on elite players?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
so people in PIF very, very smart, and they are doing a lot of head. They're being ahead of but the problem is we don't know what's going on, the secrecy. And a friend I was discussing in the show earlier, Jeffrey, he said the business is secrecy. So I kind of convinced about it. But that's the fans want transparency, but
they want communication.
But you can't say everything in business.
You have to be smart. This is the same thing I tell people when they get frustrated. I said, look, these are very, very successful business people. They didn't get to where they are because they are stupid.
Yes, exactly.
And there's strategies, there's visions, there is secrecy. At this level, you have to be secretive. You cannot be open about. And we saw with the players that we wanted, João Pedro, Delap, Ekitike, as soon as people became aware, khalas, there was vultures coming in and taking those players. But with Nick, nobody knew about Nick, done secretly, and within 24 hours, he was a Newcastle player.
Exactly. Okay, Boki, this will take so much time. And now it's midnight at Dubai at Dr. Isa, so we don't want to make him stay late. سوري. إصابة بوتمان والله صراحة يعني باختصار بوتمان مشكلته إنه بعد الرباط الصليبي يعني ما صارت عضلاته تسمح إنه يتدخل بحركات صعبة في اللعب، فأتوقع أن نفس الإصابة تتكرر يعني كذا، ما ضعف العضلات صار تؤدي لإصابات متعددة يعني فتكرر. يعني أنا ما أدري بوتمان، أنا يعني كخبرة علاج طبيعي أحسه ما راح يرجع زي بوتمان زمان. طيب my intervention thank God for that because بوتمان طيب قبل شوي شيكت البورد حق إصابة Champions League draw every time Newcastle went wrong mentioned St. James Park, so please okay Jonathan for the coordinates right برشا PSG right.
I was very impressed, Al-Walid, when you put the post, I think last week, about His Excellency saying Isak will stay. And you tagged Romano, and you tagged Ben Jacobs, and you tagged all the challenge. I was laughing a lot.
Yeah, because they are client
Yes.
journalist,
Yeah.
and for me, one of my dreams before when I was young to be a journalist, and I thought, I think the world is pink and glowing, but it's very hard.
Yeah.
You have to be in a difficult situation. But what I notice now, these journalists I tag, they have the support they have on Twitter and retweet and like, it's purchased,
Yes.
not
Yes.
real.
صح.
But fool people believe that.
Yeah.
People see, okay, he have 1 million view, he's right,
Yeah.
he's honest,
Yeah.
he's successful. No, they have companies paying for this layer. But unfortunately, this is go a lot.
Yeah.
And it's
And even-
cheating.
Yeah. They have bots as well. They have AI bots.
Yes.
And,
That's the problem.
And like you said, they pay companies to promote their tweets to increase the numbers of followers.
Of course, in my DM, I have thousands of messages from these bots and companies. They want me to, okay, give us this amount monthly and we will support you. But it doesn't sound.
Also, allegedly, some of them receive money from clubs even to promote their project.
Yes. Promoter, they become a journalist.
Yeah.
Pressure putting. So this is but I hear. But unfortunately, no matter what you do, the people waiting them for confirmation.
Subhanallah, I got connected to you, and through Allah, it wasn't planned, and at the right time. So I was obviously anything like you said can change, but I was really, and for those people who are in the WhatsApp group for the Toon fans, I was getting a lot of criticism and stick that, how can you say Isak is staying where Romano and Ben Jacobs and Sky Sports, everybody's saying the deal is done. Khalas, 130 million. The day after our match, Liverpool, he will be gone. But what's happened? And you are right. Subhanallah.
Yeah, it's they are because they are a brand. Yes. Yeah. So I'm not, I'm holding my bragging until tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah. Anything can change. See. Anything can happen tomorrow.
Of course. Yeah. And even if let's say didn't or something change, okay, it's not the end of the world, and it's not. I'm not going to say, because no, I take the challenge and that's it.
But nobody accepted your challenge, by the way.
Yes.
Nobody responded to your challenge.
Yeah. And you know what, Dr. Abu Essa, I think I affect them somehow. Yeah, they are quiet. They are careful. Not usually they do that. Usually every 2 hours they have something to say. Yeah. But they get, this is from Saudi and he's confident this. So let's hold. I believe I affect them.
Yeah. And I think the timeline also, because His Excellency was in Newcastle. And after that was when you obviously posted that he's not leaving. So the timeline fits. And subhanAllah, now you're mentioning Fabrizio Romano, he's been very quiet for the last 1 week after you issued that challenge about
but
Alex.
But I saw him in the replays. He said, expect happy news. Okay, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
and
see
now
his
they're
way out.
They're backtracking now. They're backtracking already.
Yes. But Romano still didn't back, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Some people ask me why you didn't say the news without, but I have to be clear. I have to say, okay, the wedding. I'm not gonna say something it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Or I make it, shiny, or I make it like I met him. No, I say it as it is. This is, it's good to have to respect and be honest. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Doctor. I don't want to see you late. If you are, if you want, if you'd like to call it,
I can stay. I can stay.
No because I have George. I don't know. It's possible to regenerate Isaac as the trust of the fans towards him broken. We already talked about that. Yeah. George, I missed the start of the show. What's been said? Okay, you can get back.
You can watch it.
There is a way back. Oh my God. just seen Isaac in Liverpool getting his medical done. Photos from Anfield scene in Sky Sport. Okay,
With medical at this time? Interesting.
only joking. Okay. Yeah, and it's funny stuff, you know. I like. He said that he's in a barber now, and it's a lot of stuff.
You know, because people make money from clicks, so anybody can post
Yeah.
anything, and
Yes.
when you click on it, khalas, there's grifting. It's called grifting in English. They make money. So I can say anything I want. I saw Isaac in Liverpool city center buying something. Yani, I can make any. And now you have AI. You can make fake videos. You can make fake pictures very easily.
Some people believe the Irish and they go check. All right. It's wise to delete. Is it wise? Is it wise to delete 150 million for the sake of protection? The rest of 75 million. Yeah, but it doesn't reach 150 in first place.
Yeah.
But it is wise. Yeah.
It is wise because we have to look at the bigger picture, and also the 150 million valuation hasn't been met, so it's not something that we can discuss. And next year he will go for at least 100 million. So
okay, Irish. Yeah, not just that, because it's still a new, you know, it's a new league, but it's going so fast. So of course, at the beginning, you need to have the extra money for convince a player. And it's funny, you know what I hate the most when they say the oil money, they going for the money. Of course, the player going for the money, or what? Going for what?
Exactly.
What's happening between Isaac and Liverpool?
Exactly. I was just going to say what Isaac's going because he loves Liverpool. No, he's going for the money.
Wish they could loan some to the club. Yeah, it's not work like this, Irish. Waleed, if you visit America, you get free kabsa dinner on us. Wallahi, thank you. But you know, surprisingly, I like kabsa, but not that much. I'm more into burger and pizza. But thank you for
Hardee's and Burger King. Yeah.
Thank you for your invitation and bravo. Just visit the World Cup if you can. I hope so.
Or you visit the World Cup in Saudi in 2034.
I know he mean about the one in America.
I know.
Summer.
I'm saying he should visit Saudi in 2034.
Of course. I would be amazed if Newcastle don't sign another striker, even if Isak stays, as rigorous of all league and European games.
Of all league, yeah.
So you want Isak and Wiltmate and another striker? Wow. That's too. Of course, yeah, makes sense, but doesn't seem about to happen yet.
Yeah,
because with the 65, Larson doesn't want to sell, so nobody available with the right amount of money.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think the valuation has to be correct for the club. We already spent 200 million, so this yeah, so we have to get the right player for the right price.
Yeah, and also Eddie Howe said we're expecting he wants one more signing.
One more signing, yeah.
Yeah,
might be a loan signing. Might be a loan signing.
Yeah, but is it in the front striker or
I
midfield?
Don't think so. There's no striker available. Now you're seeing what happened with Jackson. I feel sorry for Nicholas Jackson. He's in.
What happened,
Germany.
by the way? I didn't follow. He's back, or he's just
so
to stay?
The deal was agreed for him to go to Bayern. He arrived in Munich, and Delap got injured. So then Chelsea cancelled the loan deal and told him to come back, but he's refusing now to fly back.
Yeah, what happened next? I know all of that. What happened next?
The next step now, tomorrow they will have some meetings, and Chelsea are insisting on a sale, not a loan. So let's see what happens.
I don't know why Chelsea doesn't go for Isak as well. They didn't try.
Al-Walid, there's some rumors I don't know if you have any information that the Qataris met with the Saudis to discuss Alex going to PSG next summer. Any truth to that?
No, I didn't hear about it.
Okay.
Still, this
But
is
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a possibility because we want Ramos. We wanted Ramos. He's on the list.
When that happened, or where did you read it? If you remember,
there's some information. I didn't read it, but I got some information from some contacts in Qatar.
Well, it's possible, but I didn't hear anything yet.
Okay,
but it's possible.
But Gonzalo Ramos, he's on our list. He's one of the strikers we are interested in. Yeah.
Yes. But Ramos, I believe he said he wants to stay.
Yeah, he wants to stay and fight for his
3 weeks or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. But I think
things can change.
Yeah. Barcelona and Real Madrid will be looking for a striker next summer.
Okay, Doctor, love your chat and the WhatsApp. Keep it coming. All right. Yeah, me too. I enjoy this show with Dr. Abu Essa. I was getting hammered into the group.
In the group.
وليد, have you any inside info? Final transfer day tomorrow? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I don't. Just what I said about Isak staying. That's it. Nothing else.
Do you have any information, Al-Walid, about the new director of football and CEO?
No, but as just everybody else, that there is a meetings and they are taking time. As I said, they don't want someone just to start and leave. This is not good impact on the club. But who exactly, I'm not sure. No.
Okay.
Abu Essa, you two come for America.
Sure. I will. Jazakallah khair for the invitation.
فهمت عليك. اوكي. معلش انا ترى صاحي من الفجر ودايخ فما ركزت. فيعطيك العافيه. طيب جورج, why the hold up? Okay. George, why the hold up in any progress on a new stadium for Newcastle? Is the Newcastle City Council slowing things down? Yeah, I believe this is one of the reasons. And the fans maybe, and some terms. Any intake? Victor?
I think the project is at a phase where there's many other priorities right now, like we discussed, the structure in the club, Darren Eales, Paul Mitchell, they left. So I don't have insight, but my prediction is the PIF
طيب أنا أتوقع أن الدكتور طفى جواله أو انقطع عنده النت.
Oh, what happened there? We scrambled.
Okay. All right.
So I think that's why. I don't know if you agree with that.
I believe there is someone, I think Jacopo Solis, if I'm not wrong. I think some of they have work with Bernabeu.
Okay.
Renew the Bernabeu. Okay. So there is a plans, of course, but it's not overnight. It's take time. This stuff
takes time. Yes.
Budget, plan, time, stuff. اوكي. خاصة انه ليفربول تعاملهم بشع، ياخذ منك المهاجم، تبغى احتياط ويجي the fan angry about still Isaac think take it personal sometimes. Okay.
Thank you, Boki.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all so far. Dr. Abu Essa, so what's your expectation tomorrow?
My expectation, I think that there will be a lot of rumors. There will be a lot of misinformation. Because it's the last day for journalists to make money. So they will say 1 hour, they will say Alex is on his way to Liverpool. Then the other hour they'll say no, there's been some some disputes, the deal is not done. So every hours there will be a new story, because it's clickbait. They want people to click their
Yeah, and everybody want to have the exclusives.
Yeah, and it's the last day for them to make money, right? So
Yeah,
this is the thing.
brilliant.
I think some deals will get done, not necessarily for Newcastle. I think other clubs,
Of course.
deadline day deals. I think for Newcastle, maybe one incoming. That's my gut feeling. Because Eddie Howe said he wants one more player.
And for us in Saudi Arabia, we still have time in the transfer window. And I think this is good for some clubs who have extra players for signings. Thank you, Dr. Abu Essa. It was really a pleasure to have you tonight. A great chat, and let's hope to do this again.
Inshallah.
And please, I'm available if you want to. If you want to revenge and ask me a very hard question, I'm available.
I think Jazakallah khair, Allah yabarik feek. حياك الله, Allah yasallamak, ya Sheikh Walid. Thank you so much. It's an honor. I think let's try and do a regular thing, because people are interested in what's happening in Saudi. Maybe a show about the Saudi Pro League and updates about Newcastle. I think connecting on that level would be very helpful and beneficial.
Happy to do. Just text me about the time, and we will pick time, and I will be there إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله.
كان طبعا معنا دكتور عمر أبو عيسى من الإمارات. طبعا استمتعنا بالحديث. حاولنا طبعا إنه نتكلم عن كل شيء. يعني طبعا بالبداية تكلمنا عن الأمور الطبية النفسية اللي تعلمنا كثير منها، وفي أسئلة كثير جاوبناها. برضو الجزء الثاني من الحلقة تكلمنا عن موضوع آيزاك وأخبار نيوكاسل. الحلقة كانت ممتعة. شكرا لانضمامكم معنا. طبعا لا تنسوا الاشتراك في قناة نيوكاسل مع وليد. Don't forget please to have the subscribe for the channel, of course. And hopefully we'll do more shows with Dr. Abu Essa this season. This is 7th season from Newcastle with Waleed. I really look my eyes. I woke so early, I need to sleep. Thank you, Dr. Abu Essa, and good night. شكرا لكم للمتابعة. اسمعنا على خير.
جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم.